What is going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han here for another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes guide, and many of you, my friends, have unlocked Revan. Finally, there has been partying in the streets. You're getting ready to put your Revan into the squad arena, and then you're running into only Revans, and the mirror match is tough. Look, the Revan mirror match legitimately is hard, and this is something that I've been dealing with because I've had Revan obviously from the beginning. I've been dealing with this mirror match for a long time now, and so I wanted to bring up the subject again and talk through how I approach this mirror match, and also talk through a little bit about how to mod your fresh new Revan team, because the mods are going to be absolutely critical in this. And before I get into that, I do also want to mention I'm going to be gone on vacation in Florida for the next week. I have videos ready for you guys that I have filmed that I can release while I am gone, but if there's any breaking news, I probably won't be handling that because I'm going to be busy going on rides at Disney World with my sweet wife, and so just be aware of that. All right, let's break this down, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through the mods first, on how you want to mod this team, a couple things you want to be careful about, and I'll show you what I've got here, and then also talk through attack strategy, and I'll do a mirror match here to talk through it. This is the team that I like the best right here. Now, a lot of people think that General Kenobi is best in this team. That could be. This is just what I've personally found the most success with, and also what I have the least amount of falling on defense with. I actually put this team in just to be an offensive team because it is a little more offensive heavy, and you've got two dispellers in there, which is really nice when you're going against General Kenobi. I noticed that I didn't fall nearly as far on defense with this team, and so I decided to leave it in. All right, if possible, you want to have the fastest Revan in your shard if you can get there. That might be unrealistic for a lot of you. It ended up being possible for me, but get him as fast as you can, because leading off with direct focus is going to be very crucial. And so you can see I've got some pretty blazing fast speed on my Revan. 159 speed. I know that's probably not possible for a lot of you. I'm really lucky to have the speed mods I have. I've kind of just really blitzed, you know, as much as I can. But you don't want to just do speed with these characters, and this is something that's important to know about Revan teams. Is offense is also going to be really important, and Revan takes special damage. You can see here I've got 888 special damage added to him, which is pretty important, frankly. I've got a little bit of crit chance added there, and I haven't added the crit damage. I've gone pure offense, and so that's something to be aware of. Yoda, speed is less important on Yoda than people realize. I do have a fast Yoda just because I can. 270 speed is not too bad, but what really matters here is the special offense, which I almost have him to 6,000 special offense. You want to prioritize offense heavily on your Yodas. Just be aware of that. Jolie, you want to be nice and tanky. You can see here, health primary, health primary, health primary. And I really wish I had that mod at 6E, so it's even more. The more tanky you can make him, the more health mods you can put on him, the better. I do have some speed on him as well. Obviously, speed wherever possible is going to be probably ideal. Ezra, I've got some crit damage on him. I've got that sliced, and you notice here I'm prioritizing slicing the mods where you get the most damage, or the most benefit from those primary stats. Offense is a big part of that. Crit damage, health, those get really nice, handsome boosts. I'm leaving this protection mod for now because that's not going to give me as much of a boost. So that's something to be aware of. And then Basta, I've got some pretty good offense on her as well. You can see those offensive stats, and then 129 speed added to her. So, look, I understand these mods might not be possible for all of you. Mod farming is very important, and it's something you need to prioritize if you're going to do well, especially in the Revan mirror match. And so, basically, the TLDR of all of that, make your Revan as fast as possible. Don't forget offense. Speed is less important on Yoda because he gains so much turn meter in his kits, especially on his basic. So I go very heavy on offense with him. Jolie, you want to be very tanky. And then these two, Ezra and Basta, I try to make them fast and hit hard as well. All right, let's go into a battle and see how this goes. So, you can see here, I do get the first move, and I'm always going to direct focus Revan. I'd like to take his direct focus out of play as soon as possible. And what you want to do ASAP is exhaust Savior. And so I'm going to do Master Stroke here, And I'm going to hopefully take Revan out here so that I can have Savior off the table. And oh, deflected. You turkey. I hate it when he does that. All right, let's call Yoda here. There we go. So Savior's exhausted, and we're going to direct focus Jolie. Not too concerned about that. Okay, now I'm going to move away from Revan, and if possible, I'd kind of like to take Yoda out, but I've got this taunt to deal with, and there's no real need to dispel here. So I'm going to call Yoda, get him some turn meter, get him in play as soon as I possibly can. All right, let's spread these buffs at this point. Yoda's going to copy them. That's a bit annoying, but it's okay. And you notice we still have not used Savior. Let's call Yoda again. Get him more turn meter. Let's do Master Stroke again. And General Kenobi's still taunting. That is okay. Yoda's going to roll again. And so what we're just managing here is Jolie's going to get taken out almost. Ooh, we could be in trouble if that happens. All right, so I'm I kind of want to gun down Yoda here, but I think we just need to start working on Jolie. So we're going to head over there. All right, let's clear this. Something you really want to be careful to clear is Retribution when Jolie has it. And, taunt. Okay. We're going to basic. Get some more turn meter. All right. Ooh, not looking good. Okay, I cannot tell if General Kenobi has Foresight right now. I think he does. Yep, he did. I really wanted to dispel that. Okay, let's copy the buffs and let's spread them. And you can see here, this mirror match, frankly, can just be really annoying sometimes. All right, let's do this. We're going to heal ourselves up, and let's give a turn to, you know what? Yoda's close enough. Let's give a turn to Bastila. Get those dispels off cooldown as soon as we can. General Kenobi still taunting, but he's out of there. Jolie just used his revive. So that almost leaves a window for us, but you know what? I just feel like we've really got to take out Jolie. Oh, and he had the counter, and General Kenobi's taunting again. Not the best. Okay, now we can direct focus. We got to take Jolie out of play. There we go. And because we had all those buffs, that was successful. And this is a point where usually if you get it to this point, at least for me, I tend to be able to take it off auto. Let's clear the buffs so we can. Ooh, and we stunned Yoda. That's very nice. He's gonna heal a bit, and he's got the Foresight back, but we should be able to take him out. There we go, and I'm just going to hit auto from here. Okay, so basically, with this team in particular, the tough things to manage are going to be, if you don't go first, you're going to have, obviously, direct focus to deal with, but you want to exhaust Savior as soon as you possibly can, and then work to get Jolie out as soon as you can. Sometimes it's possible to work on maybe taking Yoda out, but if you've got General Kenobi in there and he's taunting, disrupting enough, I tend to find it's better to just go for Jolie as soon as you possibly can. All right, so trying this one more time against a different team. This is the same composition, but different player in my arena server. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, lead off with direct focus. We'll see how this battle plays out a bit differently. I'm going to use Master Stroke again. Want to exhaust Savior. Oh, not quite. I love it when he's able to do it right away, but there we go. So same thing. We're going to take Revan out. There we go. Savior's exhausted, so now I'm not going to worry about Revan as much. Direct focus should be coming off. Okay, now we've got General Kenobi. He's got the taunt. Let's call Yoda, get him some extra turns. All right, spread our buffs. All right. There we go, and we'll just call Yoda here. Let's do Master Stroke. Yoda, and wow, this is a pretty tanky General Kenobi, and it's almost happening identically to the last match. Okay, now I'm gonna work on Yoda because Yoda doesn't have a ton of protection up. I'm gonna see if we can get this to work for us. Okay, we've got his special. Boom! Took Yoda out. Okay. So that's fantastic. Now, Yoda's out of the picture for a little bit. He'll probably get revived, but it's nice to have him out of the picture even just for a little bit. All right, let's give this to Bast. Let's see if we can get an ability block over here. Oh, General Kenobi, how could you? How could you, turkey? Oh, my goodness. You know what? Oof, I'm going to spread these, actually. I kind of want to take General Kenobi out, but I don't want Jolie to just revive him. Okay, let's call Ezra here, get as much damage out there as possible. Ideally. Oh, and he's got the Foresight, and I could clear without it. We got to get over on Jolie as soon as possible. Direct focus will save us, and that should enable us to take Jolie out nice and early. That's the gamble you take when you take Yoda out early. A lot of times I'm able to do it before Jolie is able to revive, and if that's the case, then you can just hit auto from here once you get to 3 on 5. All right, my friends, I hope this little video is helpful for those of you who are just now unlocking Revan. Obviously, I know it can be disappointing. You unlock a new character, you're so excited to put them in, you get in that mirror match, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? This isn't working. So I hope this attack strategy helps, but more than anything, make sure that you work hard on those mods. The modding of this team is so important. If you're really struggling consistently, even with some attack strategy tips here, it might just be coming back to mods. Let me know what your experiences have been with Revan so far and what your thoughts are on the video down in the comments below. And my friends, I will miss you this next week while I am in Florida, but I will be back the Monday after next, just ready to film a lot of awesome Galaxy of Heroes content for you. Thanks again for joining me, my friends, and as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body.